unique endeavor to the Lokmani audience. As you all know, we have this fantastic play, Begani Shaadi mein, being put together, a community effort actually, being put together by Hindi Manch. In addition to having the play, they have multi-dimensional endeavors going on with it. And one of them is actually that they have created a unique video that is very specific to the shadi. So the shadi is not just about having a play going on, but also they have a musical video that they produced, they wrote, they created, and they have put the video together. So today it is my pleasure to introduce the team that actually put the video, the technical part, including the dance, the music, and the production together. We will also have an interview with the actual singers and the people who did the music work. So let me bring in for all of you the wonderful people of this team. This is Sanjay Kudurmuti. We have Vasudha Kudurmuti and Pratibha Krishnamurti, who have done this amazing work to actually put this video together. So namaste to all of you and welcome.
Namaste.
So so I'm going to start with you, Pratibha, because this whole endeavor, Begani Shaadi Mein was written by Pritesh, who actually has talked about it in our other video about what motivated him to create this whole, play where he really wanted to bring the community together. And he wrote a play that was targeted towards that, and of course a fun play. And then you go on to creating a music video. I have seen you all do the plays, and I know that's complicated, and I know, Pratibha, you are the person who does a lot of the direction, the creation, the creative energy comes from you, and now you've taken it to the next step. So what did it take for you to take a song that was written by Pritesh, and then I know that the composers were Pritesh and Shraddha as well, and to make a video out of it? So, Pratibha, over to you. Tell me, what does it take to do something like that?
Ranjani ji, honestly, like a cliche, it takes a village. And our community, the entire Hindi Manch community, not here just in New England, but also in India, we are now part of this global effort to create something new and unique. And just to add to the point that Pritesh wanted to create a community, not just have people come over and visit on the day of the play, but it's also the whole journey, which is literally what has been the focus more, because we met so many people, and there is so much team building, team bonding during rehearsals, and we meet new people. And this play actually has. This play will be performed by 2 separate cast groups and 17 team members in each. And it's such a wonderful experience. I met so many new people.
By the way, it is September 9th and 10th at the Key.
That's Festival, right. That is right. Yes.
And, on, I think, September 9th, it's at 5 o'clock. And then September 10th, it's at 4 o'clock.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Ranjani. So, this music video, the production on the 4th of July, we had so many people sacrifice their 4th of July holiday and come join us. It was, again, just the same. It was like a big, huge picnic. Everyone was over there. Everyone was like dressed so finely and, putting mehndi and putting jewelry and makeup. It was such a fun experience. And, I cannot say enough about my partners in crime, Vasudha and Sanjay, who were there, standing from morning till evening together, continuously. And that was just a day off. I can't even tell you how many hours we have spent going through each and every second in detail. I would just drop in at their place and then.
And I was going to say, what does it take? We see music videos all the time and we just take it for granted. So how do you take a song and then put a dance to it? How do you take a song and really, visualize the visuals so that it comes up as a beautiful, coherent music video? So maybe I will start with, I don't know, Sanjay or Vasudha, whoever wants to take that question first.
Okay, I'll take a shot here. So certainly this video is vision of Pratibha, because she had a detailed storyboard. She had literally by 2 second 5 second, 3 second, 8 second clips that she had visualized in mind. This is how it should come out. And on the spot, she was giving direction to all the actors there. The actors, again, hats off to them. They came prepared. They were dressed up like they were going to a wedding on a hot July 4th weekend. And so for us, me and Vasudha, certainly Vasudha, hats off to her. She really has a good sense of lighting, good sense of what's in the image. So though I was the one really like manning the gimbal or the camera stand and switching off, switching on, but she was really making sure that I'm capturing the right thing. You know, she has been the backbone for all through my endeavors. Uh, so my job really, I would say, more than on the day, sitting with Pratibha and trying to get everything edited out to this crisp 3 minutes video from probably, like as she pointed out, on one day we had like 8 to 10 hours of shooting, and another day we had another 6 hours of shooting. So from so much of footage with so much of retakes, bringing out the best elements and like making it short into this 3 minutes was really, that was the challenge, where we had to slow mo, where we had to keep the right pace, where we had to clip in, clip out, and make sure that the lip sync is happening along, because with so many actors and the lyrics being already sung, getting everything in like looks like a one single coherent. And we are not Karan Johar Productions, right? We are like, a lot of us, we are volunteering, we are really putting in our, so it was a magic. That was and I was really fortunate, and thanks to the Hindi Manch team, that I got this up, because you don't know what you have until you get an opportunity to express. So I'm really grateful for that.
And
I wasn't add anything
I was
else.
going to say, Pratibha, so it sounds like it started with you really taking the song and clipping it out second by second. So maybe I'll just, before I go to Vasudha about the choreography, I'd love to know from you, like, how do you do that? You know, how do you take a song and visualize screen by screen what it is that you want to put in place?
Ranjani ji, I would say over prepare and be excessively reliant on Microsoft Excel, I would say, because I listened to the song, and for each and every second we had like, I still have these huge documents. So I had like each scene listed, and, you know, each shot and each thing. So I would say being over thorough in each scene, and then at least on the day off, we were not able to do 100% of that, but we got pretty close. So I think.
But you, in your mind, had like a painter, you had a visualization of what this is going to be. Is that right?
Yes, absolutely. And that we put on Excel and just reviewed it, you know, like the night before, and then used that as a template, and then.
Yeah, that's
And Ranjani ji, I would interject here, like both Vasudha, Pratibha, they are extremely meticulous people. They literally think each and every aspect, and I am just the opposite. I think out everything. So working with these two individuals on this project, and they are so particular about each and every aspect. And as Pratibha pointed out, she would type out like 50 sentence WhatsApp message also detailing each every aspect of it. And I would like, okay, let me just go there and try, let me see. So it was amazing working with these two individuals. Yeah.
Wonderful. And now let me go to the other detailed oriented, meticulous, excellent choreographer, Vasudha. So again, tell me, Vasudha, what does it take to choreograph to accommodate people who don't know how to dance necessarily, and yet put together a signature step? You know, I remember Saroj Khan always saying that, you know, that's where she used to start with, you know, whatever it is, you need to have a signature step and then you go forward. So how did you design that signature step, and how did you, you know, put this choreography together?
So I knew that this is a big, the scene that we are trying to depict is the big, fat Indian wedding, and where you have dancers who dance very well, and also you have dancers who do not dance well. So it needs to be something. It should come organically. It should not look made up. At the same time, I had help from Piyush Abhyankar and Devika Dhawan in trying to come up with this signature step. And we had to try various iterations, what will work and what will not work. And we got so much feedback from like Beat Jharna, Beat Pritesh, Beat Pratibha, Beat Sanjay. So we went through multiple iterations and then said, okay, this is what is our signature step is going to be. And then we had to teach the various dances, like we had dances from teenagers all the way up to very adults. And then said, okay, let's practice. And everybody was so enthusiastic in picking up the steps and doing it and being expressive. And then they just nailed it and it just happened. And really thank
Yeah.
everybody for putting in this together.
Yeah, no, I think signature step, I mean, I think it's one thing to just create a choreography. I mean, I know that I have done that, but to create a signature step that can be really, when they hear the song, immediately that step should come to their mind. I think, Vasudha, that is kudos to you. And as you said, to the other team members who kind of helped you do that. And I think that that's something that will be here forever. So I think this song is actually, I suspect it's going to be, more than just in the play. I think this Begani Shaadi Mein is going to be probably being featured at weddings. I can imagine that. And so I think, Vasudha, your signature step, the songs is really going to really take off. And I think, Sanjay, what you have done with actually putting that thing together, because at the end of the day, it's the recipes can be all created, but at the end of the day, the chef has to come and make sure that it looks the way it looks, right? And it's the presentation of it that is going to make it final. So I'm excited to see the video. And I think really now it's my honor now to talk to the team that made the audio possible, because of course, without the lyrics, without the music, the composition, it is really going to be difficult to have the whole presentation going. So maybe I will invite here the other people and we will come back with the audio team to have a conversation. Thank you all so much. So at this time, I would like to welcome Jolly Bhatia. Yes, let me just spotlight you for everybody. And Shraddha, who has been a very important part. Actually, she was one of the composers of the song. And we have, of course, Anish, who has been coordinating everything. And all the way from India, we have Varad. Varad's background really is very clear that he is quite the musical mixer out over there. So it is such a pleasure to really talk to all of you today. So I'm going to start with you, Shraddha. What does it take to give music to a little bit of a script that was probably given to you by Pritesh? I know that you and Pritesh came together to put that the actual music together. So tell us more about that. How does that happen?
Yeah, sure, Ranjani Auntie. Thank you so much. I've been taking a lot of interest in composing recently, and so I was very, very excited when Hindi Manch and the team, Pritesh ji, came with this idea and concept. So they had a very clear concept and vision of the song right at the onset. The lyrics, as you know, were already written by Pritesh ji, and they had some very specific keywords that they wanted: pop song, dance number, tadakta, bhadakta, dhoom dhadakka, rap type. So the kind of the vision was already set, and the lyrics, as you know, are also pretty much, in that zone. So since the mood and the vision was so clear, I think it was kind of easy to set the ball rolling on that. Pritesh ji already had a strawman composition going when he came. So that was the starting point. Because this was going to be a rap kind of number, what I wanted to do was add some kind of a signature melody, which would sort of become the identity of the song and then lend itself to become the identity of the Begani Shaadi Mein mood. Knowing the idea, what the script was, it was a comedy and like a satire on all these, the nok jok and the tara tari that goes on in Shaadi ke mahal. So having a signature melody would sort of, at least my goal was to, as soon as people would hear it, it should immediately translate into, oops, Hindi Manch, Begani Shaadi Mein. This tune associates with that. So that's where we started off, and then I think it really just took off.
Wow. I mean, I think that it's not, in my mind at least, not as trivial as it sounds, to have a tune that is signature. It's one thing to just, take a song and you sing beautifully, but to then think about that. And then you moved on into actually having singers, identifying singers. And of course, you brought on our own dear Jolly. And Pritesh himself chose to sing as well. So, Jolly, what was it like to be a singer on a music video that is, it's not a familiar tune. I mean, I've seen you sing beautiful songs, but this is a completely new, unfamiliar tune. You're the first singer for it. How did it feel to do that?
I must say this was a absolutely amazing experience, and mostly on part of the team. Though it started from the fact that we were performing in Burlington, and Pritesh and I are talking outside in the parking lot, and he says, "Ye song karoge?" Yeah, bilkul, let's give it a shot. Let's do it. And when I heard the tune, Shraddha and Pritesh had composed that tune, jo uski hook melody hai, that immediately sticks to you. It puts a smile on your face. Yes, I can listen. I can dance to this song. And when that happened, after that, I must thank Shraddha a lot. We went back and forth. We did some brainstorming. The entire production team was involved. What's the spirit we want to deliver in the song? We talked about it a lot. And then we had several iterations. I remember one day I stepped out of work and in the middle of the day, we went and did a rough recording, and Shraddha was helping me with that. And multiple times when we got to the final recording session, that in itself was a great experience. I think for me, the biggest part of being a part of this production was the sense of inclusiveness I received from the rest of the team, and how every individual's input was valued, and the whole production came together. So very heartwarming and great experience. So thank you to Hindi Manch for that.
Wow. And I hear there was more singers. And one of the special singers is actually Anish Khanzode, who has been, I think, the cornerstone of Hindi Manch since its founding. And so Anish, and I think, Anish, you have done everything that I know that can be done. I mean, there's nothing that you haven't done, whether that's putting a set together, whether that's acting, and now this new dimension to you to be a singer. So could you tell us more about your involvement in this particular song?
Thank you, Ranjani ji. So as far as the singing goes, I'm a new singer basically. And so it was really a great opportunity to learn. When we sing the songs which are already kind of sung out there, and you just kind of, you try to mimic, or you try to follow the composition. But this was for the first time that the composition was new, lyrics were new, and then everything becomes a little bit interesting, because then you have to think about it, how do I say this word? What kind of attitude you want? And that's where, Shraddha and Pritesh, and then the music that is composed all comes together. And when it comes out, it was a different experience. It's definitely more satisfying than usual singing a song. And so I was very happy. I'm blessed. I'm happy that the Hindi Manch team chose to do this, and overall great experience.
Good. And I think knowing you, Anish, I'm sure you were outstanding. Anything you have done has always been perfect, beautiful, and definitely I know that you come from a musical family, so a lot out there, and I'm sure your wonderful musical wife was guiding your notes as well. so that is really wonderful. And of course, this could not have happened without fantastic music background and mixing. And I am actually going to bring Varadji here all the way from India. Varadji, you have been part of what has actually been a mostly New England group, Hindi Manch. So please tell us more about your experience of taking people who may not be as, who are not part of Bollywood, and have created this incredible experience, and have asked you to put this together. I don't know what it takes to mix such a thing? I would love to hear from you more about that.
So hi, first of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Varad Gokhale from India, Indore. And basically, I got a call from Pritesh ji one day, and he said, "Ki yaar, I want a music which should sound a bit of dancing, but with an Indian touch, because we want to show something related to Indian, big fat Indian wedding kind of." So it was a challenge for me to mix that Indian rhythms and that poppy texture together. But it was a great experience for me. And सबसे ज़्यादा तो श्रद्धा जी ने जो कोऑर्डिनेशन किया हम लोगों के बीच में यहाँ पे, कि यहाँ से मैं उन्हें म्यूजिक भेज रहा हूँ, वहाँ पूरी टीम से कोऑर्डिनेट करके शी सेंडिंग मी बैक. सो वो एक काफ़ी अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस था, और मुझे अच्छा लगा एक अलग लोगों के साथ ट्राई करने में.
वाह. तो आपको क्या लगता है कि ये सॉन्ग आगे जाके you think it's going to be played in different wedding videos? What do you think?
It can be.
Look forward. हमारी अमेरिकन कंट्रीब्यूशन टू इंडियन शादी एक बेगानी शादी में वाली वीडियो आ रही है, so that we can all have it. So I think Bharat ji, your experience to create music has come from from Bollywood. What is your background on this?
So basically, I have learned Indian classical rhythms, Indian classical tabla for like almost 15 years and now. And my background is from mainly all from classical. And it's like it's been 5 years I am doing music production from Bollywood. मैंने थोड़ा बहुत काम इंडस्ट्री में भी किया है, not too big but little bit. तो वही सब का सब एक्सपीरियंस था जो इस वाले गाने में काम आया मुझे.
Wonderful, wonderful. तो आपको what message do you have for our viewers in America? Do you think we have some talent out here?
Yes, you do have some talent, and especially वहाँ की जो पब्लिक होने वाली है उनके लिए ये गाना एक बहुत अलग ही लेवल का होने वाला है. Like they are gonna enjoy this song so much.
That is really fantastic. So great team here. So anything else, Shraddha, do you want to add to this whole thing about how this all came together? And then to translate this, when you had to interact with the technical team and the dance team, how did that all go together? I'm going to bring the dance team over and the production team as well.
I just wanted to add that everyone, जैसे Anish ji, Jolly ji, Pritesh ji, जब singing की बारी आई, we went to a professional recording studio and everyone worked so hard and getting the timing and the words and the attitude in the studio. We had a very limited booking slot because the studio was not available, and they did an incredible job delivering on the song. And Varad was also, he's done most of the heavyweight lifting on the music production here. We really literally gave him the signature melody and the concept and the words, and he ran with it. So this would not have been possible without all their contributions. And then, of course, to see it come alive on the video. And then I'm also looking forward to the live demonstration, the dance of the song. And, this is just very exciting to be part of an original piece of music and production so far away from home, bringing us closer to in.
Pratibha ji, has this come out to your satisfaction?
Ji, bilkul, and more.
That's super. So it sounds like there was a lot of iterations, and it all, it looks like everybody had a feedback and a lot of going back and forth, and that's what has made it so beautiful. I've had the honor to witness the video, and I am absolutely very impressed by the whole production. And I really think the next wedding is going, at least in America, is probably going to have some of these songs come up. And Vasudha, your signature move, Shraddha, your signature tune, and of course the voice of Anish, Jolly, Pritesh. And of course, I think this all happened only because Sanjay, you made the video come alive, So thank you all for your work. September 9th and 10th. And as we've been told, this is actually not, you shouldn't think of it as a play. It's actually an experience, right? It's an immersive experience. We are going to have the panwalas. We are going to have people throw, ittar on you. You're going to have a Jyotish, I believe. Let's get the, future predicted as well. So a lot of real feeling that you're attending a real Indian wedding in India. So we look forward to seeing you all at that show on September 9th and 10th at Kiev Technical High School, 9th at 5 p.m. and 10th at 4 p.m. Mangalam Shubham. Look forward to the beautiful wedding. Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ranjani ji.